You're listening to the Staffa Corner Podcast, a Staffa-tarian look at entertainment and life, with your host, Greg Staffa.
My guest this episode is talented actor Matty Cardarople. Matty will be starring as Kyle in the Netflix Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie. He's probably most familiar to most of you as Keith on Netflix hit series Stranger Things. Matty, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, what's up, Greg? How's it going?
I
love that name, Greg. It's such a good name.
I love
One of my best friends is named Greg, so I feel close to you already. And I just realized you saying that. I Keith, Kyle, I kind of seem to do K names, I guess.
Also in Free Guy. You also
Guy.
I think you also are credited
yeah.
Is it Keith or Kyle? One of those two. I think Keith.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you do have a lot of K names. Tell us a little bit about your upbringing.
I was originally born in Exeter, New Hampshire. I'm an Aquarius. Yeah, I was born in New Hampshire. I was born in a log cabin in Nottingham, New Hampshire, which is just outside of Exeter, New Hampshire. I like to joke that Robin Hood lived in my town. But I grew up in New Hampshire in a log cabin that my parents built themselves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was amazing because we had like 40 acres of land. We were in a log cabin. All the falls were so beautiful. I remember jumping in leaves. Yeah, it was a blast to grow up in New Hampshire.
Are you able to get back there often to that kind of area, or?
I try to, at least a couple times a year. I love it out there. I love the East Coast. It's just so much more chill there. The only thing I don't like about the East Coast is the winters. I live in California now, and I just prefer not to be cold.
Yeah, I'm in Minnesota, so I can relate to that feeling.
Oh man, it gets cold there.
Yeah, it does. So tell us a little bit about what got you interested in being an actor.
For sure. What got me interested in being an actor? Well, originally my plan when I was like 12 was like, oh, I'm going to pitch for the Boston Red Sox. And I tried to get into Little League, and I didn't get into Little League. I guess I was too tall or something. No, I think they're afraid of how fast I could pitch, honestly. But yeah, so my plan was I'm going to be a baseball player. I'm going to pitch for the Red Sox. And then I didn't get into Little League, and I was super bummed. And to cheer me up, my parents took me to see Ace Ventura in the theaters in like the 90s. And it blew my mind how funny Jim Carrey was. And I was like, I want to do what that guy does. And I had no, I'm a small town kid from New Hampshire. I didn't know how I was gonna make that dream come true. But I knew that I was like, I want to be an actor. And I have no connections in Hollywood, but I knew that I wanted to act. So that's where the dream kind of started. And I was also really into filmmaking. I worked at Dunkin' Donuts, and I saved up money to buy a VHS camera to make like little sketches, like because I love SNL and Mr. Show. So I'd make little sketches with friends, and I was really into filmmaking too. So I went to film school at the New York Film Academy in Los Angeles, and we made films at the Universal lot, and that was it was incredible. It was so fun. And so I went to film school, and then I acted in students' films. I was like, oh, I really love acting. Like I kind of that spark of acting was rekindled, and was like, oh, I can actually do this. And I was a personal assistant for Luke Wilson, and that he gave me a couple great opportunities at some of his movies. And then his brother Owen got me an audition for Gilbert Taylor, and that was a blast. So I was in Gilbert Taylor, and then I did a bunch of commercials, and then it was kind of slow for a few years. Just I was like, when you're an actor, you're like, oh, when I'm in this movie, I'll be set. Like that's not how it works. Like you have to keep working, and like one role isn't gonna like change everything. Like a small role at least.
Mm-hmm.
So then I booked Dumb number 2, and then that was the leverage that got me Jurassic World, and that's my career since Jurassic World,
Really
and Dumb number 2 has really taken off. Yeah.
Now, your parents, were they supportive?
They loved it. They thought it was. They've always been very supportive of my dreams. Yeah. My mom is like, and my stepfather, they're always really funny growing up and always making me laugh. And I think that's where I get my humor from. And they've just always been so supportive, and that's really nice to have. And yeah, my parents were, I kind of also my mom was an art teacher, and that was really cool to have that growing up because I had that creative side, and so my parents are the best.
What was it like working for Luke Wilson? Is there any? I don't want you to spill any dirt, but he's always been one of my favorite actors. One of my favorite films of his is Henry Poole was here.
Oh yeah, Henry Poole's here.
I loved him in that movie.
Yeah, he was great to work with. He gave me a lot of great opportunities, and I got to travel quite a bit. Yeah, he was just, it didn't really feel. It was a job, but it felt like we were pals, and I was just trying to, help uplift him, and just being on set, that really helped that experience, because I was new to the world, kind of being on set, and that helped me relax in that sense. So yeah, that was a great experience.
Did watching him and how he worked help mold you as because there's a lot of actors out there that just don't care for dealing with people or how they interact is much different than what you see them on screen. But did working with Luke and kind of being in the shadows but yet being there kind of help mold how you view yourself as an actor and how you carry yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Like Luke worked very hard with his roles and really put effort into them, and he took his job and working with people very seriously, and I really appreciated that about him. He was always very kind to everyone, and I definitely, that's something to admire. And I grew up in New Hampshire, so he grew up in Texas, so yeah, I've always kind of lived by that, just to be kind with people. And he was, always really nice to the crew and professional.
And then, I mean, you've had quite a career, just as far as the things that you've appeared on. Is there anything genre-wise or any kind of role that you are especially drawn to, or are you still kind of one of those hungry actors that are beating the pavement and trying looking for anything that they can get, or has Jurassic World and even Stranger Things gotten you to the point where you can be more freedom in your choices?
Are you saying kind of like what roles would I like to play, or
what roles do you like to play, or are you still kind of in that mindset of I need to find work, so I'm kind of open to anything?
I'm not open to anything because I am open, but there's certain things I won't do. Like I try not to play, and I'll be very selective on what characters I do play. Like I won't do any super violent or characters like that. I won't do anything too dark. It's just not me, and I just can't. I won't play anyone that's like a super jerk or anything like that. I just don't have it in me. Like it just doesn't, like me being mean. Like it doesn't feel mean because it doesn't feel truthful to me. Like I can't see or hurt someone else.
Even though you're playing a different character, you just don't want to have to draw that energy into yourself.
Exactly. Like, yeah. So that, but I love playing, I love observational humor or dry humor or buddy comedies, or playing, clerks, service jobs, because a lot of things that I play and I like playing those roles. But yeah, it would be nice to. I want to branch out and play bigger roles, and that's actually what SpongeBob is. I'm the star of that, one of the stars. So that's really cool to be a part of that movie that's coming out. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that.
One of the things I noticed, and this just in doing research on you, is a lot of your clips you're eating. Is there
Yeah.
something behind that, or is it just happens that you're eating? Like in Stranger Things, we see with cheese, like cheese
Cheetos,
puffs,
yeah.
Cheetos. In Free Guy, you're nibbling on those red vine
Red
things.
vine, yeah.
Is there something behind that? And is there any of those things that you just can no longer stand eating because you spent hours filming it?
I'm just hungry, man. No, yeah. I think it gives the character a sense of truth and a sense of depth, and it just makes the scene feel real and also funny. So I like if a scene calls for eating, I always want to do it because it just feels natural. Oh, and so yeah, the other question: do I ever get tired of eating things? Definitely, for sure, and that's why industry standard is we have spit buckets or like a spit cup. Like after a take, you'll literally, it sounds what it is. Like you'll just chew and then spit out the food. And that helps a lot because you might have already ate, or like you're just not hungry, or there's so many factors to like, or you don't want to get sick, you don't want like too much sugar, or things. Maybe when you're younger, you be able to do like eating a pound of sugar when you're younger is fine, but like as an adult, it's just like I want to be able to be alive through the next day. You know what I mean?
So you were part of one of the most iconic scenes in the last few years. Your scene on Free Guy. What was that like? And did you have any context to what was going on in the film? Because you're looking at a screen and you can't see what's on the screen, or the audience can't see what you're seeing. Was there anything going on, or were you just looking at a screen, and how much information were you given for that?
So yeah, the screen that I was looking at was blank. I mean, they added that in later. So yeah, they just kind of they added that in later with effects. So I had to pretend like there was a screen there, and that happens quite a bit with filming. Actually, we filmed that on the Fox lot in like an office. They made it look like a bedroom, but it was actually like a cubicle office that they transformed to look like someone's bedroom.
And is that one of the things that you're? I mean, because that clip has been played over and over. I've watched.
Yeah, I get recognized for Free Guy quite a bit. Yeah, Free Guy, Stranger Things, A Series of Unfortunate Events, all the commercials I do, I get recognized. Yeah, it's always really fun because it's why I do what I do. I love bringing people joy and that sense of peace, and yeah, that's what I love to do.
Is there a role that you have that you would have loved to, maybe you appeared on one episode that you would have liked to have seen that character evolve more, or is there a particular role that you had that you wish that could have seen more growth from, rather than just like an appearance?
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, I mean, Stranger Things would be awesome, but they had COVID. I was supposed to be in the 4th season, but COVID happened, so they had to rewrite quite a bit of things. So yeah, it'd be nice. I hope I get to come back for Stranger Things.
It'll be so nice a few years from now when we can stop. I mean, it's almost like you can almost date things now, where all you have to do is say COVID happened, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah,
yeah."
Just return to normalcy is.
Yeah,
we're still just not there yet. So you have Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheek movie coming out. What was that like to film, and how much information are you given as a human actor playing against animated characters?
Yeah, that was a blast. Yeah, that's coming out Friday, August 2nd on Netflix. It's my little plug there. And yeah, It was awesome. Working with SpongeBob, seeing him work on set. Yeah, very cool. SpongeBob. It's so cool to work with an animated character. He had his own trailer. He really liked Red Vines, by the way. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, he was great. Just that whole experience was really cool. We filmed it in Nevada, and no, New Mexico. Sorry, we filmed it in New Mexico, and yeah, that was just a great experience. So yeah, there's under the surface, and then there's above the surface, and I play above the surface in live action, the real world. I play Kyle, and I can't give away too much, but yeah, it's a really fun movie. It's Wanda Sykes, and she's hilarious, and yeah, it's going to be an incredible movie, incredible, fun, hilarious movie that everyone should watch.
And is it, as an actor, is it more challenging to work, partially animated stuff, or is it just you work with what you're given, and as an actor, you just kind of incorporate it?
It's a little challenging in the sense that you gotta, as an actor, you have to create working with animated characters, you have to kind of imagine that you're working with them and, making eye contact and interacting with them. So in that sense, it is different from because with actors, you can look them in the eye and, they're actually there. But yeah, animated, they do later, so everything's kind of green screen, blue screen, and it's fun though because you get to let your imagination run wild.
And then is the dialogue for the animated characters, is that kind of set in stone, or do they say we're gonna have you try a few different lines, a few different ways, and then we're gonna incorporate what the animated person says afterwards based on what one we choose?
Yeah, they'll try different things definitely, and they have they hire an actor. The guy they had was his name was Hayes. He was great, and yeah, they have him off screen, and he does kind of all the voices for all the characters, and he'll give you the lines, and they'll try different things, and yeah, so they like to have someone there to help you bounce scenes off of and whatnot.
And then again, Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie, premieres August 2nd on Netflix. Not only are you an actor, you're a writer too. What got you invited? You do poetry and writing, correct?
Yeah. I love poetry because there's no painting. There's no real rules. So I like writing poetry. You can really put the punctuation wherever you want and just kind of let words flow. And it's very healing and fun. And yeah, I love writing poetry. And I have a couple books on Amazon. One's called Space Cadet, and the other is called Happy Birthday Every Day. So check them out.
Is there anything else you're working on book-wise?
I am working on my third poetry book that hopefully will come out maybe October, I'm thinking. I just need to get on it and get it done. But it's very close to being done. Also, I have a movie that's possibly coming out this Halloween on Hulu. I can't really say much more about it. But, yeah, everyone should look out for that too.
Is there a big difference these days between working for a streaming service like Netflix and Hulu versus working for a more conventional studio? Or are they all kind of blended together now?
Yeah, they're very kind of similar. Yeah, unless you're working an independent film, it's quite different. But yeah, there isn't much of a difference actually.
Does this open up more choices for you as an actor that you're kind of looking for anything out there? I mean, it used to be that you had the major studios, but Netflix and Hulu and those are really getting a reputation of solid.
Oh yeah,
solid productions and stuff like that. Where for a while they're kind of a joke and iffy, but now they're well respected. Apple TV and all those are coming out. Is that opening the door? Do you think that's kind of flooding and saturating everything and saturating writing and kind of diminishing things?
Yeah, there's definitely so much opportunity out there now with all the different streaming services for sure. Yeah, that just gives actors so much more opportunity, which is awesome. Yeah, I love that there are more streaming services because it gives actors and everyone more work. So yeah, I'm all about it.
Has that impacted the quality of writing for any of these things, or are those people stepping
No,
up?
actually, it's gotten better. Actually, the quality of writing and the things that are getting put out there are just getting better and better. I feel like.
Not only are you an actor and a writer, you also do a lot of charity work.
I really love Make a Wish Foundation, and I love Toby's Small Dog Rescue. They're on Instagram. Check them out. We adopted our puppy from them, and they're just the best. It's called Toby's Small Dog Rescue. And if you're looking for a small dog, they rescue puppies and give them homes. So definitely check that out.
And then, or what Make a Wish do you like?
Oh yeah, Make a Wish. Just that they give kids opportunities to live out their dreams when they're struggling, which I really appreciate. I actually lost my friend, one of my best friends in high school, to cancer. She was 17. Her name was Dana.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so she got to do Make a Wish. She got to swim with dolphins. So I've always been a real advocate and admire what they do for people that are, really struggling.
So you have the thing on Hulu coming up. You have the Saving Bikini Bottoms coming up on August 2nd. Anything else coming up that you can talk about?
Yeah, well, I have that Hulu movie possibly coming out this fall for Halloween. That will be great. The SpongeBob film, and I'm also working on my own films. I wrote a film that I'm working on that I'm trying to get made, and I'm acting in my friend's film that he's making in a couple months. And as well, I'm doing this horror comedy this summer, and that'll be great. We're filming, I think, or maybe they pushed it to the fall, but yeah. Yeah, definitely have things on my plate that I'm really excited about.
Is there a particular path that you see that you want to take? Eventually, you want to become more of a director. You want to do more acting. You want to do more writing. Where is your 5-year plan that you're looking at for yourself, or is there one?
Oh yeah, definitely. I really like. I'd say acting, directing, writing. That's kind of the order that I'd say that I'm most passionate about. I love directing. I also love writing. I love writing in the sense that I love coming up with ideas and working with other writers to kind of make those ideas come to fruition. Did that answer your question? I think it did. Okay, cool.
Great. I love seeing when someone creative is able to expand and do different things. I mean, just looking at a character from, like your character from Stranger Things, I don't think many people would say, God, that guy's a poet and he does a lot of charity work. And so I love talking to people and finding out how well-rounded they are as far as what they do.
Thanks,
and does a lot of that come with, your mom, you said, was very kind of creative?
My mom is super creative, and also it's very grounding to do art and poetry, because I also paint and draw, and it just grounds you, and it feels good, and it's like another form of spreading joy too, like making a piece of art and giving it to someone. So it's like an extension of what I do in my acting. And I love directing because I love putting a scene together. Like one of my favorite things to do as an actor is rehearsing and like blocking. Like I love it. It's literally my favorite thing to do. Like I love when we all just kind of try out and rehearse the scene and figure out what we're going to do for the scene. Like it's so fun.
If someone producer came to you and says, I want to produce a film, I have a lot of money, but I don't know what I want to do. Here you go, Matty.
Do you have that money, Greg?
I don't, but if someone came to you with that, what would be, what's that creative kind of story in your in your pocket that if you had that chance that you would want to tell or do?
I think the story I would want to tell is, maybe a story about an underdog, or just kind of in general, just all the dark energy that's out there. Like, I'd like to bring light. That's kind of my goal, is to like bring the light. Those are the projects I want to do.
That seems very timely these days. There's a lot of darkness, no matter
Exactly
who you believe in or who you support, or it's just we're in one of those times where it's a rut. And is some of that kind of why you don't do those kind of roles, is because there's enough of that crap out there that why do I need to be creative and draw upon that? Or
well, I just feel it like I don't want to influence anyone in that sense, and I just feel like it's kind of like a sickness, and I don't want to spread that. I want to like do things that are truthful, and that just, again, try and find the light in things.
no, I can appreciate that. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not a big horror fan, because why would I want to go to a movie?
No, I mean, I
feel scared.
I act in horror too, like, and it's a form of entertainment, and I understand it. Like, I'm not against it or anything.
Just some choices that you would rather pass
Yeah.
on rather than support.
Exactly.
Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to come on. Again, Netflix Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheek movie, comes out on August 2nd on Netflix. And I'll link to your various sites and charities and stuff like that you mentioned.
Thanks, Greg.
Matty, thank you so much for coming on. And I look
Thank you,
forward
Greg.
to checking you out.
You're the best. Thanks, Greg. Thanks, everyone.
That does it for this episode. Thank you for listening to the Staffa Corner.